Hey, so today we're going to be doing a very different video than usual. Um, I'm going to be making a lineup for the um, Blue Lock 11, and this is for the U20 World Cup. Um, we are up to chapter 297 something. I'm up to the latest chapter as of the video being uploaded. So we are going up the latest Neo Eagle List League Round 4 rankings. Obviously, these rankings are made by the amounts, and why I can't have it on the side and simultaneously, I can go over them really quick. But I'm going to be making two lineups. One's going to be strictly the by the rankings lineup because some of it I don't agree with, and I'll be going over my own top 11 players, obviously ignoring some of the players we haven't seen shine too much in the New Year Egoist League so far. So first of all, the only exception I'm allowed to do for this is for goalkeeper. We are putting King Gagamaru here. Um, Oh wait, no. Well, that's the exception I would make if I could, but actually we are not doing that. We are making RU the keeper here. This is for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because RU has very Jubei RU has very similar physique to Gingagamaru, and obviously for making the top 11, I have to choose players in this top 11, as you can see on the right side of the screen. Um, Ayuk has really long legs. He and is really tall. He can do a lot of headers, a lot of stuff like that. If you just bring him in with hands and stuff, I reckon you could very easily transform him into a Gingagamaru keeper style player. Um, do I think this is what's going to happen? I am not so sure, but it could possibly be that way. Um, and so far we've seen he can play this role. Next, we will be doing the centre backs. So the first left centre back is going to be um, is going to be is going to be Nico Iki. Is he in the top left? Oh, he's not even in there. Well, okay. Since what we will do is since these 11 players, these two are ranked the same, I will give myself a fair shot and do one without using a player from this list. Now, I don't think I sent it to myself. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Well, we're going to put Nico Iki here anyway. This is because for a couple reasons, actually. He played left centre back in the under 20 versus Japan game, and this kind of means that I feel like he is quite used to playing in this position, and he's also starting to enjoy playing defense a bit more. He's playing that in Ubers as well. We've seen him in the Neo Eagles League. I think this is a really good spot for him to be in. Um, yeah, pretty. I feel like it's a pretty simple decision for left, especially since we don't have Ayu at the back or some other players. Next, for right centre back, I will be putting the man in charge of the Diamond Generation defense, Oliver Aiku. Also playing on the Ubers, Nico Iki and him have a quite a good connection, and obviously he's ranked in the top 11, so I have to use all these top 11 players. Um, yeah, I feel like this is a really good setup for the just for the back three. And just going over the lineup really quickly, we are playing a four at the back, but like the under 20 game against Japan, we are putting two because of strikers so they can play a bit more up and really quick offensive position. All right, next we're going for CDM or so I feel like CDM has to be Cooney. Cooney hasn't really scored any goals really in the New Eagles League. I know he did get kicked out and he did get wildcarded back in, but he hasn't really scored a goal on his own merit. He's been getting assists by Isagi. So I feel like him being there is kind of like him being in the top 11. I have to put him as a CDM since we have no strong, like really strong players like a Raichi for the Bastard Munchen or like a yeah like another or Karasu, you know. So I feel like I have to put him in that center back position. No, center CDM position because Karasu's not even in the top 11 for this um for the Neo English so far. Next we will go to right fullback. Um, Another player who also played this position in the game. So I'm putting Chiguri in right long back because he does do the runs up the side, up things, and he does do stuff like that. And his golden zone, I believe, is on this side, so it works with his it works with how he plays. Um, yeah, and then next, why is my thing not working? Okay, cool. It is set. Give me a second. I have to rematch my OBS still working. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to edit that in post. But anyway, okay. Next moving on to left fullback, we are putting Bachira. Now you might be asking why Bachira, because like it kind of doesn't, you know, he's kind of good at the midfield just because like he can dribble a lot, but he played the position in the under 20 Japan game again, so I feel like you kind of have to put him in a place he knows. And there's other players who are higher ranked than him in the top 11. So I feel like this is where he's going to have to sit for now because he's ranked number 5. He's ranked pretty high, but there's people ranked above him. And if you know where I'm putting some other players, I think this is going to work. So next we are having for midfield or like the left side midfield. I'm putting Otoya here. So the reason why is because this Otoya is pretty tall player as well, so he can bounce off Nikki in defense if he needs to go back and help out. He also works well with Butcher because they both played on the team, but Butcher is ranked higher, so if you're considering all things considering, he should be a better player. So Butcher is better in this defensive position, which is why I put Otoya here. This is also like a really, I think is a good position for him to be in, just because of how he plays with Karasu, especially when they played in the third selection, when they both played like basically wings and just scored all the goals. Toyo's pretty sneaky, like Ninja. I think should be on the left, but I can't remember if he played right in the under 20 game. This is a pretty recorded game. Anyway, next we're gonna have this very surprising, but I have to put a lot of them back. So we're putting Shida Ryusei in this right midfield position. Why, you might ask? Because I have to use every player in the top 11. Next, the reason why you're not going to see me put these guys here, I might as well just do them right now. For the left side, we're putting Rin. For right side, we're putting Isagi. This position, we're putting Baro. Okay, now, let me cook, because I don't know if this is good. But the reason why I'm putting Shido here is because obviously he's high scoreability, so it's kind of like he has to be in a offensive midfielder position. The reason why I didn't put him with Barrow is because Barrow has shown in the U20 game how well he can devour Isagi and Rin's playstyle to make his own goals. So this is kind of why I did this, because Isagi and Rin, obviously they are the top 2 at the moment on the rankings. If you can see here, they're top 2. They're ranked. Rin has an offer of 190 million. Isagi has 150 million. Barra does have 150 million or so the top 3 being strikers does seem quite fitting as well at the moment. And Shido, like, he doesn't really work well, but like he has a couple things because he likes Chiguri's legs. Kuni's, even though he'll probably be for Kuni a little bit, he does have connected with Aiku as well for this side, so I feel like this is a good position for Shido to be in. Bar, like I said, for the connection between Rin and Asagi and him being able to devour those two to make his own goals is quite important for an 11. So I kind of like this as a lineup. Rin, he's currently number one, Asagi currently number two, and they're trying to make the best striker in the world, so it just makes sense for them both to be the two strikers at the top. The other thing, the reason why I'm leaving Nagi Sheshiro out is because he has been absolute dog shit in the New English League after the game against Boston München where he faced Asagi, and then yeah, basically just didn't work. It just never worked like that. Um, Let me know what you think of this lineup because this is just the way I would do it if I had to use all the top 11 players at the moment. Just because like RU shouldn't really be there to be honest, you know. So stuff like that. Alright. So now I'm gonna make my own changes to this a little bit. But firstly we're making Gingagamaro here. Gingagamaro. Because he's actually the keeper, so like it just kind of makes sense to me. Uh, yeah, I used all the players. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna have to think a little bit more about who I'm gonna put in for this squad. But for now, I will limit myself because otherwise it's a bit stupid. I will limit myself to putting in the top 20, like top 20 rated, so including Zantetsu. So I put in Gingagamaro already. I think we need to do. So I'll explain what I'm going to try and do here. So Aku has to be in. I have to think about this one a bit more. But okay, I'm going to keep the back four relatively same, and I'll switch out Ryu for one of the centre backs. Is if that's going to be like the second half type of play because Nico and Aku have really good like kind of really good how they do in what they're doing at the moment. For this one, I'm gonna be very honest. Oh, I can't limit myself because that means I'm not taking out the person I want to put in here. Okay, the person I want to put in for the center, the CDF position is actually Raichi, so he is number 23, but I have reasoning. Actually, no, if we limit into that, I could put Tokimitsu. So for this one, we're putting Tokimitsu in. Because like I said, I feel like the CDM always has to have like a really strong physique. I played soccer for a while and like I feel like I feel like I was strong but like not like physique wise, but like you do need a bit of that and he has endless stamina, he's just really good everywhere. So I do think this works for him as Tokimitsu should be it. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna make many changes here. But like I'll make a couple. Next, we will put not Shido because Shido can't work with anyone. We're gonna put Corona here. Corona. So if we got the Isagi combination, you know, the Isagi combination really works. I think. Um. Yeah. This I just feel like that's a better change. I feel like this is a better change than having that. Next, we're making this Harasu instead of Otoya. I feel like Harasu is just a better player. He wins one-on-ones more. He has this defensive capability than Otoya, and I feel like he's a better passer. So I kind of like this better. Next we're gonna leave Baro here and Renesagi basically. So I feel like this is a couple changes, but still good. Like I feel like this is better than the other lineup, just because you don't have Shido causing a fucking mess. I feel like Otoya is not that good, and you need Gingagamaro because I feel like he's a better keeper. Even though Ryu could take the role, but it just like I feel like it's just Gin is a keeper now. That's just what he is. He's a keeper now. So I feel like this is what you have to go with. Now I'm gonna complain a little bit. What the fuck? I know, like canonically, like having an underdog, so like Sendo Shito, which is like the striker from the under 20 Japan team, having ranked number 13, being in the team because the top 20, I believe the top 23 is going to be in the team, so they're going to have 12 subs, I believe, which means, yeah, which is why Raichi was celebrating at the end of the last game because Raichi was in the top 23. So he's in the under 20 team because they're allowed 23 players, I think, but just not, it's 11 field time. The reason why I'm complaining about this shit is because he should have probably faded into obscurity. Like, if anyone should have come back, I reckon it should have been Kira, should have been the striker of the under 20 world team, and then this would have made sense. But having Sendo at 13th and still being in the under 20 team, this is going to be, I just feel like it's stupid. There's a lot of players here we haven't seen. For example, no, we've seen. We haven't seen Haragi much. Wanima hasn't made an appearance since like the Team J days, I think he is. Aiki, I don't remember any of these two players. And Hashime Nishioka, which is, if you know about his nickname is Messi. So, we haven't seen those players, so I feel like having him be number 13 is just weird. The other thing is that in this game, we haven't seen a new gen World 11 player in Paris PSG, which is Renatoshi's gym, because it's currently the middle PSG versus Bastion Muten. So it's kind of interesting, but yeah, just Sendo being here really pisses me off, and I really hope he doesn't make it in the under 20 team. But I guess we got a couple of chapters to find out the next round. I'll probably do this again next round because there'll probably be a couple changes. Just going over the top here, there has been a couple changes since in like the top 11, like just like basically with like even Yuki Mia was in the top 11 in the last round before that. The round before that, like Baro was ranked number 1, Kuni ranked number 5, like a lot of changes. Obviously, the top players have regularly stayed the same because they've had more games, so they've had more opportunities to show their value. But I just feel like, I don't know, like I feel like some of these players in the rankings doesn't make the most amount of sense. Like Barrow makes sense because he scored heaps of goals. Sagi makes sense because he showed how dominating he is. You know, and Shido and Rin, obviously they've had goals in PSG. So I feel like some of the rankings here are like Cooney getting this offer. I feel like is not the best. I feel like Cooney should be way lower. But Sendo, I really hope he doesn't make it in the team. I am a Sendo hater. Thanks for watching. Be back to my UFC schedule soon because I'll be recording the next video soon. Call me a